Here's NBC's Tom Costello.
How many times has it happened to you? You hit a pothole and it ruined your tires and rims.
I'm mad. I'm real upset. Because, we shouldn't have to drive on highways like this.
The nation's civil engineers warn America's underinvestment in infrastructure could undermine America's global competitiveness. Take bridges, for example. Of 600,000 nationwide, 46,000 are structurally deficient. The World Economic Forum ranks the U.S. 13th in infrastructure, behind countries big and small, including Singapore, Japan, South Korea, France, and the U.K. China is 36th and climbing, as it and other countries upgrade railroads, ports, airports, broadband, clean water, roads, and bridges. If you travel internationally, you've probably seen it yourself. Driving across Belgium, Austria, Switzerland, and Germany, the roads are in remarkable condition. In fact, I haven't driven across a single piece of chewed-up road or a pothole. And while the U.S. has only one high-speed train that briefly hits 150 miles per hour in the Northeast, Asian and European trains travel much faster. NBC's Claudio Lavagna on the Red Arrow, Rome to Naples.
This train will hit a top speed of 190 miles per hour. For decades, Europe has invested heavily in high-speed trains, from here in Italy in the south to Norway and Finland in the north, cutting down on air and road traffic and rushing people between cities.
I think they're absolutely fantastic, always on time.
Meanwhile, China is investing heavily across the board. NBC's Janice Mackey-Frayer is in Beijing.
China is already equipped with some of the world's biggest airports. This is Dashing. It's Beijing's newest. The plan now to build at least a dozen airports a year, and by 2035 to have enough high-speed rail lines to circle the Earth twice.
Back in the U.S., where is the ship going?
So this vessel will travel about 30 days. It is going to Vietnam, Hong Kong, 3 ports in China, and Singapore.
The Port of New Orleans is spending $1.5 billion just to accommodate the newest ships that carry double the cargo from Asian ports that are already big enough.
People need supplies. They need goods. That's how products get to stores. That's how products get to homes.
That global cargo traffic only increased during the pandemic. Importantly, in many countries with more modern roads, ports, and railroads, citizens do pay more in taxes. The U.S. Transportation Secretary says it is time for a big national upgrade.
We've been getting by on the investments that were made generations ago when we were willing to make big investments.
With America's competitiveness on the line, fixing the nation's infrastructure has bipartisan support. The sticking point is how much we're willing to pay. Now, for how much all of this will cost, the nation's civil engineers estimate $2.6 trillion to truly bring the country's infrastructure back up to standards. Right now, we have the biggest economy in the world. We're not even in the top 10 in terms of quality of infrastructure. But the debate here in Washington is over how much to pay for it and whether they should raise anybody's taxes to pay for it. Shep?
Tom, thanks.
This is the book of Jeremiah 51:8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let us go every one into his own country, for her judgment reaches onto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. And as we speak, this country is burning, over there in Cali, and all the wickedness of this place is being exposed in front of the world stage, man. All of the evils, all of the shortcomings, all of the unrighteous decrees, even amongst the other nations, the so-called allies, are beginning to come up against Babylon the Great, man. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to thank Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakah Kadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS who teach and rule well, who taught me this truth. Salutations, you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, fighting this good fight of faith. And salutation, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom, and hope and pray that this lesson be edifying to the elect. So, as you brothers and sisters seen in the opening clip, you know, there's many attacks, for a lack of a better word. There's many things that are plaguing, that's a better word, many things that are plaguing Babylon as we speak, man. And all praise to Bahasham, Yahawashi. You know, it is truly feeling we're only, a week and some change into the so-called new year. What's today? The 9th. 9 days in. And, we see all this destruction coming to Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And, with, the fires in Cali and everything, with the price of food still going through the roof, people, homelessness is continuing to increase. They're talking about a new demic coming and hitting. They had the fog, thing going on, and people getting sick and all this shit, So this very well could be, as the beloved Apostle Tahar coined, the hopeful year of deliverance and the hopeful year of destruction and judgment to Esau Edom, the so-called white man. And Lord's will it is. And we're only 9 days in. And man, all praise to Yahawashi, man. So I have this article that I want to read. This actually came out yesterday from Natural News. It says the truth about America's crumbling infrastructure. So it says signs that we were once a truly great nation are all around us. Previous generations of Americans handed us the keys to the most magnificent domestic infrastructure that the world had ever seen. But now it is literally falling apart all around us. Thousands of bridges are structurally deficient, and there have already been some very high-profile collapses. Hundreds of thousands of miles of highways and roads in the United States are in very poor shape. Aging sewer systems are leaking raw sewage all over the place, and children are being slowly poisoned by lead pipes that desperately need to be replaced. The power grid is hopelessly overloaded and is extremely vulnerable. Meanwhile, our ports, our dams, our subway systems, our bus terminals, and our airports are crumbling right in front of our eyes. The truth is that our nation's infrastructure says a lot about who we are. So what does America's crumbling infrastructure say about us? Sadly, it says that we are a rusting, crumbling, decaying leftover from a better, more prosperous time. Right, so and that's exactly what's happening, man. This place is circling the drain, man. And really, as it says in let me see if I can grab it real quick. This is Obadiah. Slovakia. Oh, I just turned off, but Obadiah 1:4. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, right? Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the nation. And though thou set thy nest among the stars, right? So, there are satellites and, the different things that they have orbiting around the earth, right? thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord. Right? So, as brothers teach, and it talks about Revelation 11:11, that 3 days and a half, from 1619 to roughly around 1969, when Jacob, slip of the tongue, when Jacob was in hardcore, bondage, and didn't know this truth wasn't out there, Abba Bivens came on the scene, and this word started to go out into the earth. And at the same time, around 1969, is when they so-called had the quote-unquote moon landing, and ever since then, their kingdom has been declining. It has been going down. And now we're at the latter of the latter ends of their rulership, man. Let's see, let's go back to it. It says, when Joe Biden took office in 2021, his administration told us that investment in U.S. infrastructure as a share of GDP has fallen by more than 40% since the 1960s. So Congress passed a bill that gave the Biden administration more than $100 billion to spend on fixing our infrastructure. Honestly, I have no idea what they did with all that money. In 2021, the official White House website was reporting that 45,000 bridges and 20% of Babylon's roads were in poor condition. It says more than 45,000 U.S. bridges and 1 in 5 miles of roads are in poor condition per the American Society of Civic Engineers in 2007, excuse me. The I-35 bridge over the Mississippi River in Minneapolis collapsed during rush hour, killing 13 and injuring 121. Well, fast forward a few years later, and the Department of Transportation is still telling us that over 40,000 bridges are in poor condition. And it appears that the condition of our roads have actually gotten worse in many states. For example, Consumer Report says that almost half of all urban, and when they say urban, they're talking about Jake areas, man, roads in the state of California, go figure, are not currently in acceptable condition. Now, just speaking about Cali, right? It's beautiful that the rich, wealthy, well-to-do as people, mainly heathens, in Cali, around Calabasas, where Drake lives, or Kardashians, or fucking, all these different celebrities live, that didn't give a shit about anything but their goddamn selves, are the ones suffering. And now all of a sudden, they want people's sympathy. Matter of fact, let me get something real quick. 1 second. All right, God. So this is from Introvert Rockstar, and he's going into the real reason why Los Angeles is burning. But I just wanted to get this post that he got right here on the left hand corner. It says LA had some of the worst homelessness in the country. No one cared. Now that rich folks' homes is gone, people are supposed to care. Nah. And that's what it is, man. You devils are through, man. Judgment is raining down on you devils constantly now. And I'm all for it, man. All praise to Bahasham, Yahawashi, man. Let's see, it says, back in 2021, the Biden administration also made a big deal out of the fact that millions of Americans were getting their tap water through lead pipes. Millions still getting water from lead pipes, despite the fact that exposure to lead has irreversible health effects. In 2015, a state of emergency was declared in Flint, Michigan, as citizens learned that their water supply contained toxic levels of lead. So why didn't the Biden administration fix this problem? An article that was published late last year revealed that the EPA is estimated that more than 9 million service lines are still made out of lead. I mean, hey man. And then I just want to get this point real quick too. It says more tax revenue is collected in America than anywhere else in the world, and so we certainly deserve the best infrastructure. When I bring up the topic of taxes, most people immediately think of the federal income tax, but the truth is that there are literally dozens of different taxes that they use to extract wealth from us, out of us, man. And this is, hey man, and this is more, let's get that, man, because these fucking devils, man. Let me see, there we go. Ezekiel 35:2. I'll start at 1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, man. So, hey, man, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi visiting these damn devils, man, for all the atrocities that they have done. And we're commanded to prophesy against you goddamn devils, man. Look at this fucking shit, man. Look at this list. From fucking A to W. Look at this. All these fucking taxes that these goddamn devils put on the people, man. And the hell with the heathen, man. What they put on Israel, man. As the scriptures say, because of this fuck shit that these devils are doing, this is why this scripture came to pass, man. Haggai 1:6, ye have sown much, right? You have worked a lot, Israel, and bring in little. Barely make any fucking money on your jobs, man. Even if you got a college degree most of the time. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes, man. So everything that you get, like Jake says, get the bag. It got fucking holes in it, man. Why? Because as soon as you get the fucking little bit of money that you get, everybody got their goddamn handout, man. You got to pay this tax. You got to pay that tax. You got to pay a food tax. You got to pay a fucking gas tax. You got to pay an excise tax. You got to pay a property tax. This is why Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi destroying these fucking devils, man. Revelation 18:7. How much she have glorified herself, Babylon, and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and am no widow, and shall see no sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her, man. And these nations are gonna send missiles over this bitch, man. ICBMs. Intercontinental ballistic missiles to burn this bitch from sea to shining sea, man. But before that happens, Bahasham Yahawashi is systematically breaking this bitch down, man. Systematically breaking it all the way down, man. Let me just get this last part right here. It says, but even though they extract money from us in dozens of different ways, our infrastructure crisis just seems to keep getting worse. In some areas of the country, roads that were once paved have actually been transformed into gravel roads because they are cheaper to maintain. Look at this fucking devil, man. Our crumbling infrastructure is a perfect metaphor for our crumbling society as a whole, and it is time for the American people to start demanding blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. It doesn't matter what you do, Esau. Babylon, aka America, is through. It's finished. It's done. It's through. There's nothing you can do. Isaiah 14:11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Right? Worms represent decay. Right? Matter of fact, let's grab it real quick. Let's see, the worm.
Strong's H 7415. Rema.
Right? And it means maggot, worm, as cause and sign of decay. Right? So that's what this is. That's what this country is doing. It is decaying every way possible. You know, it's completely divided. You know, as the Lord said, a kingdom divided cannot stand. Morally, structurally, everything is almost out of here, man. Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? Right? Heaven represented rulership. Lucifer meaning light bearer, man. Right? Talking about the elites of the so-called white people, man. You know, the Edomites, the elites of the Edomites, man. It says, son of the morning, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Right? So these devils forgot the latter end. They did not consider the latter end. They thought that because sentence against the evil work wasn't executed speedily, they kept on doing what they thought, was doing. And they was thinking that the Lord must be with them, man, because they didn't get judged, man. But they did not consider the latter end, man. The wicked shall not go unpunished, man. And we're seeing the beginning. We've already been seeing it for years now, but it's intensifying. And Abaratazah, Father willing, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi willing, this is the year, man. Because we hope and pray that we get to see the downfall of our enemies, man. And our top enemy is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, woman, and child, man. 14, it says, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And that's what these devils really think, man. And look at all the things that are happening over there in Cali, man. These different celebrities. What's their the Hilton fucking bimbo oh man, I can't even. Paris Hilton. That hoe. Her whole, from what I'm hearing, her fucking house got burned down, and it's coming closer to the Kardashians and all these niggas. You know what I'm saying? About to set their shit on fire, man. And the Lord's gonna destroy these damn devils, man. All of them. All these proud ass devils. Pride goeth before destruction. And last verse it says, 15, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, right? To the lowest of the low. to the sides of the pit, you know? So you devils got hell to pay, man. And the Lord, Yahawashi, is breaking your shit down systematically, man. So that's pretty much it. You know, gotta head back to the crib. But I hope and pray that this lesson was edifying to the elect. You know, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory once again to Yahawashi. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS for teaching real well, taught me the truth. Salutations, you brothers and sisters out there listening and learning. Fight this good fight of faith. Keep fighting, keep striving, keep pushing. We're almost out of this bitch. And salutations, my fellow brethren that are pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. To you all, I want to say shalom. I want to say a baba ball and call me Yasharala. Hey, shalom. To the next one.